pretty big. It's bigger than
Most of its
Texas
population is in the
in actual area.
and I just got the time zone for Alaska. Okay, here's the thing. There are parts of Alaska where it's like 1 hour earlier for me. But also like Alaska, it trushes like 2 different time zones.
Oh, by the way, we've started streaming.
I noticed that because I was hearing myself like I hear was Tom talk like in the past, and so I was like, okay, well, hello, welcome to another week.
Oh, that's why you paused in the middle of your sentence.
I was like, wait a minute, I heard something from the past. I just said, okay, that's
oh
why.
my
Okay,
god, I can hear myself.
well, I heard Tom again. I didn't hear me again.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, welcome to another week. Although, remember, the work week is a fiction. Monday doubly so. You can get rid of them if you really want to. Hey, Mehmet.
Finally, you do the bit at the beginning of the stream.
Well, not the actual beginning, but
Yeah,
close.
we'd been going for about a minute.
Yeah,
So
and sorry we are late. It's because John is...
No, it's because France is weird. I blame France.
What? You blame
blame
France for
France.
changing their time? We changed
For
our time
waiting.
too.
For waiting to change. They should have changed it at the same time we did.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to like blame George W. Bush for bringing back for having the spring forward be super early.
Yes.
And by the way, since you didn't ask, I feel like shit. Thanks.
Why do you feel like shit?
Because of that fucking time stuff and other stuff, but I'm tired.
Yeah, gotta say, France is actually doing the sensible thing by, stopping changing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the second sensible thing they've done since the guillotines.
Yeah, since cutting the aristocrats' necks.
Once every couple
68.
100 years.
May 68 was pretty cool, even if it was completely useless. It was good effort.
What was May 68?
That was the student strikes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was in the middle of us doing a lot of stuff for a lot of anti-war stuff. And it was kind of busy for me at that point.
So what has everyone been up to?
Sleeping.
Taking the dog for walks and teaching classes.
And streaming.
Yes, I've been playing video games.
Yeah.
I've been busy not sleeping, so I happen to be awake right now, so I'm hoping to make the most of this.
That is a mistake on your part, I think.
What, trying to make the most of this?
And being awake.
Well, Julie
Come on,
will
Tom
tell
McDonald. Dreaming is much more interesting and fascinating compared to being awake.
Yep.
I'm not sure that I dream. I don't remember dreams much.
I do.
You're a robot.
I guess I'm lucky in that way that I do remember my dreams, and then sometimes I remember them
I
quite
don't
vividly.
either. It's antidepressant. No.
Okay, so there's that.
When you're on antidepressants, you have difficulty remembering your dreams.
Oh, that could be it. I'm on 2 or 3, so that would probably.
I'm on antidepressants, but I do remember. Well, I mean, I remember that I have dreams. Don't remember my dreams too well.
Yeah, I remember that I have dreams too, but I don't remember what they are.
Sometimes my dreams are really weird. It's almost like my brain's just doing random shit.
Yeah, but sometimes my dreams are just really weird too. It's just kind of like, Okay, that happened. Okay, this is one I vividly remember because it's kind of actually funny. So, okay, in this dream, I don't know, I was at my computer playing video games. So, like, that kind of part is just like vague and fuzzy, but then it's just like, my alarm's going off. Okay, off the alarm. It's still going off. I press the button. It should go off. It goes, press the button again. It's still going. I just like, okay, and then I'm started like unplug it. It's the alarm's out the plug. It's not getting any power. It's still going off. Ah, it's bashing it. The alarm's still going on. Okay,
I
I'll go
don't know
take
if
it.
it's your because you're talking super fast, but that sounds super uh, stressful.
But the thing is, like, I'm going to take it apart. I'm taking apart the thing. This alarm is in pieces right now. It's still going off. I don't know why that is. Screw it. I'm just going to like tolerate it. I'm just going to live with the fact my alarm's constantly going off. I'm going to hear this noise all the time. I wake up, and then I turn off the alarm and go to work.
Oh God. Yeah, I think I like not remembering my dreams.
My favorite dreaming time is when I'm not quite awake in the morning. I kind of I used to call it coasting. Yeah, I'm sort of aware that I'm half awake, and I can guide my dreams. And if I don't like what's going on in the half dream I'm in, I can change it. And I've had some really nice coasting dreams in my life. That's my favorite thing.
I do that all the time, especially on the weekends, or it's not sometimes on the weekdays too, depending on like how early I get to bed. Because I rarely get out of bed, and sometimes it's because of that. Because it's like, oh, that was a nice experience. I want to go back to there. Come on.
Sorry, I was taking my meds. Take your meds, babes.
Ooh, I do have to take my meds.
See how useful that is?
Very.
No, I have an alarm for my meds now because I forget to take them if I seriously I take I don't know how many meds every day I have to, and I managed to forget to take them even though they help me not being in excruciating pain, but I forget, so I have to put an alarm.
I would think that the pain would, well, maybe not.
Well,
If you're in
not
pain most
If
of
it's
the
all the
time.
time, it's
yeah,
yeah.
the pain is
Right,
always
yeah,
here,
it's all the
so
time.
but you know, it's because when you take meds regularly, it becomes routine, and routine you can forget.
Yeah. Well, I've taken meds for a long time, and I have found that it's just uh, if I forget to take them, there's something nagging in the back of my head that and
Pretty sure
10
that's your
minutes.
cat.
I don't have a cat. Maybe that's your cat.
Probably my cat bothering you. Yeah.
Your cat's too damn loud.
Only when she's hungry.
Feed your damn cat, John. I can hear her.
Really? I can't hear the cat. Maybe it's me.
He was joking.
I'm talking about when we're not streaming. I can hear it a third of the continent away.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I must have been ignoring that. Oh well.
Okay. So, YouTube fucked up this week.
Yeah, it did. It's just like, and all on April Fools. So on April Fools, there's this YouTube channel called The Serfs. A channel I never heard of before ever, but
Same
they
here.
were kind of like, they were kind of like left-ish. So they're kind of like left on like social justice issues, or seem to be have the correct positions, but like what about economics or like form of governance? They don't seem to have like a clear
yeah,
I
I saw people say they were far left and stuff like that, but really, they're just leftists, which
oh
is good, but they're not far left in any way or sense.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
In any event, they're a comedy channel.
Yes, they're a comedy channel, and on April 1st, so yes, April Fool's Day, they were going to log into their channel, and it's like their channel was not there. It was deleted. It was fully nuked. They did not receive any strikes whatsoever, and did not receive any warning whatsoever for any of the videos they posted up. So it seemed to be like a massive flag campaign, and they think that what got the alt right to have the surfs be on the radar is they did a video about Joe Rogan and how Joe Rogan is a pipeline to the alt right, or one of the entryways into the alt right. And so once people knew that the Surf's channel was taken down, American Johnson did a stream that night about that, and asked his followers, and I was in the live chat for that one, to at youtube.com on Twitter, at teen YouTube, and I also at YouTube creators, all basically saying, you deleted the Surf's channel without any warning or any strikes. What the fuck? And share around the Surf's videos, because they make a second channel immediately, and they explain what was happened, and we shared around those videos. And American Johnson has followers to also like start a hashtag going left Surf's up. And so also Radical Viewer contacted Kevin Logan. So Kevin Logan had served one half of the surfs on his channel the next day.
Yeah, I watched that. That's what convinced me that he wasn't far left. It's like it's a lot like Kevin, actually. So like maybe a social democrat.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of I guess how I see them politically, where it's just like they haven't engaged with like actual socialists or just communist literature or anarchists, and so but they probably not too interested in that, which is fine. But then it was later that day, finally, the Surfs got their channel back fully integrated. First, they had it back, but without the functioning subscribe button and with the channels deleted. But then they finally got it fully back with all the channels
with
back.
their videos and all?
Yes, with all the videos back, with all the subscribers back. And what sucked for them is that, like, before that happened, they just became YouTube partners. So they were able to monetize their videos at that point. And they only had like 7,000 subs as well. And so, and to like just got partner and then lose your channel was definitely heart-wrenching for them, especially since it seems like they put a lot of time and effort into the videos, and they started doing like video essays, like discussing like certain topics. I mean, if I haven't seen their videos yet, but the idea of Joe Rogan being an excellent entryway into the alt-right is a fascinating subject to me.
Well,
I would have thought it was obvious, though.
Yeah, it's pretty
true. It is
my
obvious.
opinion, but you know, Joe Rogan is an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so yeah, since and after the Surfs got their channel back, American Johnson at least the next day said, "Hey, we're still not done because we need like YouTube to publicly come out and say why is it they deleted the channel, what happened, and be held publicly accountable with that, because that is the problem with YouTube." They will do things. They have the ultimate control over everything. They will just like do it for whatever. They have guidelines, but but the system being so automatic, is the system can be abused, as the alt-right has figured out they can with the massive flagging campaigns. I mean,
it's their. I mean, it's a service they provide. I'm not defending them. Don't get me wrong, but in the current economic system, I don't see that people can do a whole lot, even with a union. I mean, it's a service YouTube provides, and they don't have to. You don't pay for that service or whatever. No. They don't have to provide that for you. They just do, but it's not something you're entitled to. So I don't know if a union or anything would be helpful. Yeah. I wish it would be, but I don't know. But it's something to be followed and discussed. It can only be interesting.
If the union actually got going and got fairly strong and had popular creators in it and was politically savvy, it could, I think, get to the point where it actually could negotiate with YouTube, uh, maybe even on contract issues.
Yeah, but the big channels are already pretty well off. It's not in their interest, I think, to
And they're
support
not
and to
leftist.
join a union. And
Yeah,
I mean, look
yeah.
at PewDiePie. And I saw several
Do I
channels
have
that I
to?
liked, that I used to like, celebrate the fact that that fucker was back to first.
Ugh.
And I unsubscribed to at least 10 channels this week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, including Boy in a Band that I really loved because it makes videos that are really amazing regarding LGBTQ and mental health and stuff like that. And it's the guy who made a song "Don't Stay in School." I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't.
No.
Anyways, it was pretty amazing until he made a song with PewDiePie and joined the subscribe to PewDiePie bandwagon. And that's the problem with very successful YouTubers, I think. Their politics are shit or they're going to sell out.
Yeah, that's you heard mention this. I forgot on which hangout he mentioned this, but it's kind of like, well, there's a clear anti-SJW like YouTubers that some of them being big, and then some of them having like a lot of subs, and some outright alt-right YouTubers like Red Eye TV that have over almost 250,000 subs, over 250,000 subs. There's still like a lot of YouTubers that just like politically in the middle or not very political or not outwardly political that are uncritical of some people like PewDiePie or uncritical or unknowing of like many of these other people. And so that's kind of like where some gamers can definitely see who is this Phil DeFranco kind of person, or then later on they might see, oh, this streamer is having a conversation with like who Nick Fuentes, and that's where it can all start.
I used to like DeFranco. He made a lot of good points, but his politics are so fucking shit.
I mean, like American Johnson, I did a whole video for
I don't
H3H.
like American Johnson, to be honest. Or his
Okay.
stunt with Peter Coffin,
Yeah, yeah.
really, I haven't digested. So he can fuck himself, really, honestly. So I watched this video on the I don't remember.
Pewdie Pipeline.
Yeah, the PewDiePie pipeline. It was interesting, but I don't know if he were as intransigent with the rape centrism. It's what I call rape centrism, as he is with the alt right. Maybe I would have some respect, but I can't. I mean, this Peter Coffin deal, it really fucked me up because rape is something that is important to me, and the fact that it was, I'm pretty sure if it had been cis women who had been assaulted, that whole controversy wouldn't have taken place. Everyone would have believed them. But it was trans women with a history of mental illness, so we don't know who's telling the truth. I'm sorry, fuck you. And fuck American Johnson for platforming Peter after that without
Yeah.
having a voice to counter that. I know it was about more the harassment Angie faced, but even though she didn't deserve that, she should have just shut her fucking mouth. I'm sorry, she's as bad as she is. Anyway,
You're not sorry. Don't
sorry.
lie.
I'm sorry for you, not for them. I'm sorry to bring that now. It's not really the time or the place, but anyways, go on with the No stuff.
Yeah. It was what was it? Yeah, I was talking about like
Union.
Union.
Dot Slime just did a really good video on how the web is communist. I don't know if it was inspired by all this, but
Oh yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but Thought Slime is fucking amazing anyway. So.
And
Thoughts
it's
on
definitely
being an
relevant.
anarchist, so yeah,
It's definitely relevant because it talks about how the web is only possible because of community involvement, basically, and people donating free stuff like YouTube videos that are then monetized and taken advantage of by these massive corporations. I already linked it down in the thing, Geek.
Oh, okay. I didn't say that. So it's just automatic for me.
It will be doubly linked.
It's just automatic for me. Whenever I'm in the live chats now that I'm a mod on, I know it's just like I have the ability to easily put links into like the things and not have to like wait for approval. So it's like that's why I feel the need to like spread the anarchist message, especially on like C-Shy's Ask Ways, so that's like as C-Shy is like answering my questions, like here's this video and here's this video and here's this video, because it's honestly YouTube videos. So like Thought Slime's Q and Anarchy video on the stage that like finally made me realize you're right, that state is coercive, unjustifiable hierarchy that will always exist and will act in its own best interest before anyone else's. So yeah, I guess I'm anarchist now.
I love your questions too, Steve, because even if you won't change his mind, I don't think Steve is ever going to go further left than he is. But even if you don't change his mind, he reads the question out loud, and he has 80,000 subscribers now. So there are a lot of people who will hear that question.
You're converting a lot of Trek fans.
Yes, exactly.
I think a lot of people will think about it at least, and it's all we can ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like Garrett to like mentioned in our discussion that like he's thinking of like doing a riff off of Trek Actually and say make a video series or short video series about Trek anarchistly, and like in his most recent video, the second part of his like analysis of this Rudolph Rocker book, Anarcho-Syndicalism Theory and Practice, he shared a clip from the Star Trek Deep Space Nine of Rom basically reading Marx essentially and unionizing the Quark's bar and them going on strike. So that's the road for C-Shy to be an anarchist. Maybe
I don't see it, but
yeah, same here.
Like I don't see Christy ever going that way too. I don't see Steve going there, which is okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, yeah.
I don't know. He did have the that bit in the latest Steven Stuffy video with.
I don't know. I don't watch Steven Stuffy. It's too long. I don't get it. I'm sorry, but I really don't get it.
I like it. It's a
sitcom. That's all.
It's a sitcom that a friend of mine puts on with stuffed animals and his wife. That is very cool. To me, that's cool. Plus, I like the writing.
Yeah, Steve does definitely like will touch on like certain things that are going on currently at the time that he's writing them. That's where he puts his voice into things. Even though yes, he has his own videos about Trek Actually, Facepalm 5, so he does openly talk about those things.
I'm not criticizing Steven Stuffy.
Yes, you are.
It's not.
I
for
felt
me,
attacked.
But someone else talk. I don't know where I was going with.
Anyway, the latest Steven Stuffy just had the B plot was an interaction between Hans Krieger, the overly dramatic German Shepherd, and Prospector Jones.
That's my favorite character of the Steven Stuffy gangs, Hans.
Anyway, he was practicing a scene he'd written with Prospector Jones. It was a scene from late-stage capitalism between Lord Baron von Mises and Rodolfo, his illegal immigrant worker.
I did like that scene, yes, because I just love the over dramatization of Han.
Yes, Hans is over the top.
Yeah, his depression speaks to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what was also announced earlier this week that Tom Little and I were like chatting about back and forth before you came on and joined us was the announcement of the live action Cowboy Bebop, the cast announcement for
Netflix is doing a live action Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, with John
Yeah,
Cho.
yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, John Cho as Spike Spiegel, and I'll pull up the other actors and find the article.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, and my son was posted something on Facebook about the live action coming out and how excited he was for it. So I told my son that I would watch some of it if I could find it for free, and I did. So I guess I have to watch it now. I say that as though it's going to be a chore. I don't think it's going to be a chore.
No, it's a really excellent series.
In
Yeah.
fact,
Go
in
ahead,
fact,
Tom.
I have it. I have it up on my. It's a. I have it up on my next thing to watch after we're done here. So it's coming up. David wants to know what Cowboy Bebop is.
It's
Maybe
an
somebody could.
anime, and if you have seen the show Firefly, it's in the same ambiance. It's a space western, and it's fucking amazing. And I don't like anime, so apart from Cowboy Bebop, of course.
Yeah.
And Captain Harlock.
Captain what
But
now?
which
Captain
is fun because
Harlock.
Captain Harlock has some space western to it.
Yeah, Captain. Yeah, Captain. Well, the thing about also Captain Harlock is that like it's probably Leiji Matsumoto in the 70s, and like Leiji Matsumoto also did a bunch of other like anime shows. They're like, yes, he was he worked with like, I forgot the other guy's name. It's not just the Niche or something. They worked together on Space Battleship Yamato, which came to America as Blazers, and Space Battleship Yamato is also a very popular, big, like almost a staple in Japanese media as a piece of media, a piece of work. Space Battleship Yamato, in some ways, is basically like Japan's Star Wars in a way, and so, but the Leiji Matsumoto
When I was
also,
a kid, I was in love with Captain Harlock.
yeah, Leiji Matsumoto
Because
also,
that was this kind of cartoons we had in France when I was a kid.
oh yeah,
TV.
France.
We had only anime.
Yeah, a lot of anime
Almost only.
yeah, a lot of anime managed to like reach France and other parts of the world. Yet there are some anime that just like was over else in the world, but for some reason
So
or another.
when I was 4 years old, I was in love with Captain Harlock.
Yeah, Captain Harlock is basically a space pirate. So and Captain Harlock does take place in the same universe as like Galaxy Express 999, and what was the other one? And maybe Space Battleship Yamato, possible. And Leiji Matsumoto worked on those ones, so it could be in part of its own contextual universe. This time you can blame Litano for bringing up anime. It is related to like recent events, but then Litano also brought up Captain Harlock, and it's like I actually seen that show, and it's interesting. You would
It's
if you
a
watch
fucking space pirate. Of course, I'm going to bring it up.
Yes, and so it's kind of awesome in that way. But when my brothers and I watch it, they were more making fun of it, and there were some parts of it that was like, actually, that was kind of silly how that little girl was saved from like a dangerous situation. It was just a whirlwind, a gust of wind that managed to like cradle that girl as she fell down 20 stories. No, yeah, that actually did happen. And
I
yes,
like City Hunter too, but
Yeah, City Hunter was actually.
It's
I need to
fun.
watch City Hunter. Yeah, I've been interested in watching it. And David Scott also mentioned that his first exposure to anime was the Death Punk video, and featuring Ghost in the Shell back then. Oh, I
That
don't know
was
about
not Ghost in the Shell. It was the same drawer, the artist that drew Captain Harlock.
exactly. Because for Death Punk's album Discovery, which is their best album in my opinion, that has many great songs on it, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, and One More Time, as well as like Face to Face and other songs. Leiji Matsumoto basically did direct a movie using like based off of Discovery. So like the entire album has their own music video. Now they take up certain tracks of it and like put them up as their own music videos. Like you probably saw clips of that movie and from the music video of Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, and One More Time. The movie itself is called Interstellar 5555, the story of the secret star system, and I do actually recommend it. No dialogue whatsoever throughout the whole movie, just the songs, just the images, and it tells a simple story, but it effectively tells that story. But plus, it also helps that the music is awesome because it's from the Daft Punk's Discovery album. But yeah,
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm French and I hate Daft Punk.
You
That's all
hate
I have to.
everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm French. I just said it.
You beat me to it.
It's cultural, okay?
yes, Mehmet, the Ghost of Shell is amazing, was amazing, and Kira's also very interesting. I'm quite like Akira a lot. I did see it actually in the theater recently. And in fact, actually, John Brackman, the same movie theater I mentioned when I saw RoboCop, is doing another anime film series this month, 2 weeks from now, and they're going to show Akira, show Ghost in the Shell, show. They are going to show Cowboy Bebop, actually, the movie, Knock on Heaven's Door, which is a good movie just in its own right. So you don't need to know anything about Cowboy Bebop. You can just watch the movie and be entertained, as well as just like watch any episode of Cowboy Bebop. Really, there's some episodes that are kind of like part of like a story arc, as it were, but most episodes of Cowboy Bebop are episodic, so you can just like jump in episode 5, episode like 7, or episode 8, and yeah, just like be entertained.
So, you like anime, huh?
Who?
Have I not tell you this?
I don't know. Really, I didn't understand that from you last 2 years of talking about it.
Just had to make sure.
Well, I like some of it too, but in general, I don't like anime. I don't like the culture
There's a
behind it.
lot of problematic
But
aspects
I
about
like some of it mostly because of childhood nostalgia, as I said. I grew up. I mean, when I was 6 years old, I discovered Okuto no Ken. So
it.
that's
Oh,
what
Fist of the North Star, yes.
that was the crap we watched on TV. Okuto no Ken, City Hunter. It was all heavily censored, of course. It was for kids, so they
Uh,
they cut the gore in Okuto no Ken. They cut the sex stuff in City Hunter, and
yeah, I
there
can believe
was
that.
a lot of magical girls too. I think magical girls style is the only shit I really like as a whole in anime because
I,
it's for girls, and I'm a girl.
I like a lot of magical girl shows, actually. Some of my favorite anime are kind of magical girl shows, like Cardcaptor Sakura, Princess Tutu.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon's awesome as well.
Minky
Just
Momo was my favorite when I was a kid.
oh, I think I have that. I have some of that. There was a company that did try
It
to like.
has aged very badly.
Uh, yeah, I can see that. But hey,
That
Everything
one.
does.
I was willing to. I managed to watch all of the original '70s show of Cutie Honey, and while a lot of that has not aged at all, it was actually surprisingly entertaining to me. Now, if you are interested in Cutie Honey, watch the live action remake. That is over the top,
Yeah,
very.
no, I really don't want to watch live action remakes of Magical Girls. I'm against that. It shouldn't be done because it's only going to be something men will want to.
Then again, Cutie Honey is kind of like was by Gona Guy, who only wrote and created stuff that he was interested in, and so it's like Cutie Honey was already for guys.
Okay.
But I do agree with you that like they should not be a live action remake of like most magical girl stuff unless it's like
Yeah, maybe Sailor Moon. Maybe Sailor Moon could.
If they keep in all the gay shit.
I'd watch.
Yes, they keep in all the gay shit.
Yeah. I'd watch the fuck out of a live action Sailor Moon, to be honest.
Give it a couple of years because like Brie Larson said that like she grew up on Sailor Moon, so that's kind of like her inspirations to be a superhero, and that's why someone also did like a fan art of like Captain Marvel as like Sailor Moon.
Yeah, basically, it's getting to the point where people who grew up on Sailor Moon have money.
Talking about Brie Larson, I watched Dusty Smith's video where he makes fun of dudes, of shitlords, bitching about Captain Marvel, and I was spoiled big time. I shouldn't have watched that.
Well, I mean, it's a fairly standard movie.
Yeah, no, but something about the cat.
Oh.
I know something about the cat that I honestly I would have preferred to not know before watching the movie. So it's no big deal. But
yes.
No, I know something about that cat that I won't be surprised, and I think it's a shame.
But yes, that was a great reveal for that cat, and I feel sorry for you that you will not be surprised when that you see that happen on screen.
Yeah, don't. I haven't seen it, so don't spoil it.
No, I won't. But that's why I'm.
The cat's gay too.
I thought all cats were gay.
No, all cats are fabulous. It's different.
I guess I'm too old to understand the difference. Julie.
No, he said he's old.
Yep. So I have to leave now. Wait, no.
No. You're allowed to stay. But Tom, since you already mentioned that you're old, are you feeling tired and fatigued?
Well, we talked about that. I am almost always feeling tired and fatigued. But I happen to be awake now. Although
it's not an excuse today because I'm fucking exhausted and I'm here. So.
To be fair to you, you lost an hour for like each day up to like now.
Yeah, that was last week. So
yeah,
okay,
but
that's not pretty.
Well, Leto, you're much tougher than I am.
Yeah, right.
I'm a pansy.
Well, you're American,
Pansies are pretty.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Americans are just always pansy. Because some Americans are just the biggest snowflakes. Like
all Republicans.
Pretty much.
Stop
like, oh my god,
right-wing vocabulary like pansy and snowflakes.
Like, oh my god, this game is forcing me to choose a gender, and that could be opposite from my sex. Ah!
Yeah, that was something else that happened this week. A minor fluff
no,
up
but
on
like,
me. Go ahead.
I just wanted to share something about the. No spoiler about the videos of the Dusty video. Because there's a guy, I don't remember if it's the quartering or no bullshit, who lost his shit about the fact there's a cat in the movie. Apparently, it's propaganda because there's a cat in it.
I
thought he liked pussy. What? I mean,
I don't remember if it's the quartering of no bullshit. I think it's no bullshit. It sounds more like him.
Well, no bullshit that barely ever shows his face, and he tries not to. Well, the quartering we see his face, yes. So I guess it'll be no bullshit, but I don't know who. But
those people lost their shit over a cat being in a movie. So, anyways, I wanted to share that with the world.
Yeah, I think I know.
You go ahead, Tom.
And we're the snowflake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. Hey, remember, snowflakes killed Nazis. Don't never forget that. I think the reason why is like now the right wing reactionaries are just like, oh god, that person has a cat now, is because cats have become like the leftist thing or the male feminist thing, or lots of like trans people on like Twitter will have pictures of their cats. And cats has become like, and it's caring for cats as well. Caring for another animal has become like a left wing kind of thing, and so it's just like, yeah, you just have a cat on their video, and some right wing ranchers be like, oh god, of course he will have a cat.
Wonder how they would have felt, how they feel about Ripley's cat in Alien,
That's a good point. Because they always
because
point to
that's
Ripley as a good, like, gender neutral character to happen to be woman.
Mm-hmm.
and plus pretty tough.
Replay is cool.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, if Aliens was airing today, they would have something. They wouldn't be happy that it is that Ripley is a woman. Let's be honest
Agreed.
here. Uh, they don't shit on it because it's old and we all used to Ripley being a woman. But if it was released today, they would lose their fucking shit about it.
Yep, agreed. If like an all female like cast of characters in the movie
Well,
just
they
were happening in the 80s, and like no one would like.
the only one to survive was a woman. They killed off all the men. Men are disposable, but women are precious. Yeah.
This is misandry.
Yeah. And that bullshit is exactly why I've started to do the misandry animals.
Which are really cool. I like them.
I know, but I'm having so much fun with those. But it's because the men who are yelling misandry are always yelling that
Mm-hmm.
in a context that makes absolutely no sense. So yeah, I can perfectly imagine them finding that dragonflies playing dead to avoid males harassing them for sex is totally misandry.
Speaking of this kind of thing in general, men and responses to things. One of the things that I saw just before I came on was a short video by RJ Eskow about a male birth control pill that's in testing right now. And
Yeah,
he mentioned that he's afraid that, or he thinks that it's quite likely that men are going to complain about it not being necessarily in, well, it's not tested, it's not in production yet, but complaining that it might be not safe and that you don't know the long term effects of it. And he said,
yeah, like women have the choice when the pill came out.
Mm-hmm.
well, that's what RJ said. He said, welcome to women's world.
Mm-hmm.
And we know it today the effects of the long term effects of contraception pills, and we still take them because we'd rather have that than being pregnant.
Yeah, one of the long-term effects is not having kids. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
we'll take the hormone fuckery over. I mean, I don't get women who still take estrogen pills when we have um, what's the name?
guns.
No,
Jesus.
Periods.
progesterone pills.
Ah,
Okay.
That's what I have. I have an implant with progesterone in it, and the the side effects are really, really, really less um, annoying. Except, mate, I don't have my periods anymore, so
I mean,
it's heaven on earth for me since I have that. But I know a lot of women don't like not having them, so maybe that's why.
what? I thought they were really unpleasant.
They are, but for a lot of women, they're part of what being a woman is.
Yeah,
It's
that makes
so
sense. That makes
Oh.
sense to me.
that's how we have been. We are brought up. I haven't been brought up like that because my mom was weird, but most women are brought up in the idea that we have to. It's normal to be in pain. It's normal to that periods are cleansing or something like that. I mean, I haven't had my periods in 9 years, I think, since I started the implant, and I don't feel dirty. I don't care. I'm super happy to not be in excruciating pain every month because I had really, really painful ones. And the price of menstrual products and stuff like that was just ridiculous. I mean, I don't get why women still take the fucking estrogen, but because of that weird stuff linked with
Yeah, that sounds like
femininity. And in what ways was my mother weird? She was a Trotskyist, first of all. She was a union rep. She was a Trotskyist union rep. She was a feminist, and she wasn't buying into all the bullshit about the femininity and stuff like that. Even though she was very, very extremely feminine herself, it was her choice, and she knew it. It was her choice, and she
Hmm.
never. Well, when I was little, she insisted in dressing me in pink. But then she understood, she got it wasn't a good idea because I developed an aversion for that color with time. And now I am 40 and I'm finally making peace with that fucking color.
Mhm.
see, I
Yeah.
pink. So I see pink as just a manly color because it's the lightest version of red, which
Hmm.
is the red being blue.
Yeah, about a century ago, pink was a boy's color because it was a shade
Yeah.
of red.
During World War II, at least during World War II, I don't know if it was before that. The I guess semi-dress uniform for uh, American Army soldiers was pinks and greens, and it was a pinkish. I think it's a pinkish shirt and then the green coat. And if anything, the American Army in World War II is really uh, really wanted to portray themselves as masculine, and you had these pinks and greens, which always struck me as a child of the 50s and 60s as a little bit interesting.
I wonder if
Yeah.
that's why uh, hmm, the colorized versions of 1940s films probably doesn't accurately portray that sort of thing.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that, but yeah, mostly what I know about the reason I know about that is from reading. I read an awful lot of World War II history and fiction during my youth, and that was one of the things that, well, obviously, many years later, still sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Did I mention
Anyways.
that I'm old? Sorry,
Yeah,
Dave.
you.
I'm not leaving yet, David. But I thought I would mention that in this particular context.
Yes, you have mentioned that you are old, so I'm not surprised you remember old things.
I am.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
what also happened this week is the movie Shazam came out, and I saw it twice, and I enjoyed it both times. It's actually funny. It's like it is a comedy as well as like a superhero movie. And if you like, and I love how in like some scenes they play off of certain cliches, and it's really funny and won't spoil it. So if you're interested in seeing Shazam and you're able to, I do recommend you go see Shazam.
Yeah, Garrett too found it was hilarious. And
Very funny. Now there are some Easter
yeah,
eggs. So there's an Easter egg in the middle of the credits, but there is an Easter egg at the very, very, very end of the credits as well. So
I'll watch it when it's available. Uh,
I
not
definitely
in
say
the
it's
movies because, as I always say, I can't go to the movies, so I'll watch
yeah.
it when I can watch it at home. But I have to say, my priority would be um, Captain Marvel first. I'm waiting for that one, and there's another one I wanted to see, but I have forgotten which one it is. So,
Have you seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? It should already be out on digital.
oh, not yet. I think we have it, and I haven't uh, watched it yet. Let me check.
It's really good. The directors and they wanted that movie to every single frame of it to look like a comic book. So you can freeze frame any frame of the movie, and it'll look like it came out of a comic book. And it's well deserved of its Oscar for Best Animated Feature. Even though I really
Oh
did
no, we
like
don't have it yet, but I'll watch it. Uh,
it's the best Spider-Man movie. It's only Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Homecoming have competition with it to be the best Spider-Man movie, but I say Spider-Verse is the best Spider.
What, you don't
I've
think
seen.
Spider-Man 3 was good?
Actually, there are some good qualities of Spider-Man 3.
I like
Sandman as a
Spider-Man 3. It is so funny. It's
the,
silly.
yeah, those movies were silly. Those movies were goofy at
Well,
times.
there were Sam Raimi. Of course, they were silly and goofy.
That
That's
whole
what I liked about them.
yes, exactly. Those movies didn't take themselves so seriously.
No, but
Especially
it's the first time uh, Peter Parker was really a nerd in a Spider-Man movie or TV show or whatever in the on screen. And Spider-Man needs to be nerdy. I'm sorry, but
yeah, exactly. I
he
agree.
needs to be a nerd. The the next reboot, the Amazing Spider-Man, well, pretty nice, but Spider-Man wasn't a nerd, and well, maybe not nerdy enough. I don't know.
I have not seen the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I think I'm going to skip them.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Anyway, last movies I watched was Aquaman, which was oh, okay. I don't have anything to say about that.
I actually like Aquaman. I thought they.
Oh my God! The only redeeming quality was it was pretty. The rest of it is so stupid.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna like justify it like
Like it made me mad. So it made me mad. It was so stupid. It made me mad. I don't know. So and then I watched The Shape of Water because I was into water, and I liked that very much.
The Shape of Water is an excellent movie. I mean, I don't blame Guillermo del Toro for not making Pacific Rim 2 since he made A Shape of Water. And it's kind of like almost like a middle finger to the people who's making, or the Lion Gates for like making the remake of like Hellboy, because with this is Guillermo del Toro's sequel to Hellboy 2, as it is basically Ape Sapien being able to get it on. It is Doug Jones as the Fishman in The Shape of Water, as well as Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies.
But yeah, Mehmet in the chat says that there's a lot of man candies in Aquaman. That's true.
The underwater world was also quite a spectacle to see. I mean, the
Yeah, but
story.
I don't know. The visual effects were both amazing and super cheap. I don't know how they
Yeah,
managed that. The way the hair moved and all that was really amazing. And next to that, they seemed unable to make the movement seem natural.
yeah, especially when there's a lot of people on the screen as well. When there's a lot of like activity going on, those are like a lot of different
And the
individual.
cast was pretty spot on. Maybe
Hmm.
that's something nice I can say about it too.
I don't know. I'm not going to see Aquaman just because Jason Momoa is kind of a douche.
Yeah, yeah, there's that as well.
Yeah,
But
but
Well,
the
it's a
not
movie,
kind of a
sexy
douche.
douche, so
He's a lot of a douche. Apparently, going around harassing Amber Heard.
Oh,
Oh,
that part I
really?
didn't hear
Well, I
about.
mean, tearing the pages out of her books because he's an insecure piece of shit. Controlling behavior sort of stuff.
Yeah. So, but there is also Willem Dafoe in Aquaman as well.
I did not know that. I am now back on
Yeah,
board. Willem Dafoe
William
and
Dafoe,
Amber Heard might be worth it.
Amber Heard, and Nicole Kidman. That really
Yes.
should stop with cosmetic surgery. Really, woman,
Yeah. That was
stop it. That's ridiculous.
yeah. She looks the same, almost like 20 years ago or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's the same, but not the same. You know.
Not what I was expecting to see.
Who is there too? The guy who plays the bad guy. I love him. I love that actor. I don't remember in what I saw him, but what's his name? Let me check on IMDb.
That's what I was just looking.
It's cool. I
Yeah, I
like
was
him.
just looking that up myself.
Patrick Wilson.
I don't. Let me check. I don't remember.
Dolph Lundgren was also in Aquaman. Interesting.
Yeah, he's the
Oh,
father of Amber Heard.
Yeah, King Nereus.
Yeah.
Nereus.
Nereus.
Took me a while to recognize him too. Oh, fuck off.
I don't recognize this Patrick Wilson guy.
Um. Okay, yeah, that's him, and I have seen him in what? I can't remember. I like him. Oh, in
Watchmen.
Watchmen. He was Night Owl in Watchmen.
Oh, no wonder I don't recognize him. That movie is very forgettable in many ways.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he
it's
plays
Zack
in
Snyder.
the TV show Fargo too, if you watch that.
I have not. Zack Snyder, it's like, look at me, I can recreate the comic book frame for frame. Aren't I a brilliant director?
Well,
This is the guy we should
Watchmen,
have him
Watchmen is
make our
pretty to
cinematic
watch.
universe.
It's a pretty movie, but a forgettable one. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I like the cast in Aquaman. Yeah, that's all the praise I can. It's pretty and shiny, and there's pretty men
I mean, I will honestly say that, like,
and pretty women.
Yes, Aquaman is worth at least one watch, because even though I did enjoy myself watching Aquaman once, I don't have a strong urge to like watch it again, and that's kind of a
Yeah,
sign
I
of.
have to say, if I wasn't knitting while watching it, I would have been bored to hell.
Okay, I'll pirate it once. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair, because so
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what we
think.
did, to be honest.
I mean, if you like compare like the average Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, there are a couple of ones that are bad and some ones that are okay. Aquaman would be like as on par with the okay Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
Yep, the best of DC is the middle of the pack for MCU. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so like
It
Aquaman
wasn't
would.
as good as Wonder Woman, and I didn't find Wonder Woman to be that good. I know Tom is a fan, and I'm,
We
I
may
get
have
it.
to fight now.
I get it,
You
but
and I are going to have to
I don't
fight.
know. Same. Again, if I wasn't knitting while watching it, I think I would have been bored.
And now they.
I'm easily bored. Note.
Okay,
Well,
so there's that.
I watched it again a couple weeks ago, and for about the I don't know, fifth or sixth time, I guess. I own it, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bought it.
I know.
I
I
bought
know
it.
you were a big fan of that movie.
I bought it, so that tells you how much I'm invested in it, because I don't. That's the only movie I've bought in probably ever. But I watched it again, and I can see why people might find it okay and not terrific. But um, that's only because I have empathy for people who are emotionally stunted, I guess. Do I have to add "fuck you"?
I thought the Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins absolutely nailed Wonder Woman as a character. Got it her
Yes, I agree.
exactly right. Compassionate,
I don't know.
caring,
I don't like
dedicated.
that actress, so
Well, that's
I might be
Well,
biased
yeah,
too. But
yeah,
Oh,
politically,
she's a
I'm,
Zionist.
I'm,
We know.
I'm, yeah, well, she was in the Israeli army, so there
well,
is that. But
I don't have any problem with that. She didn't have any choice. She's
Mm-hmm.
Israeli. She has
Yep.
to do her service. But
She's a Zionist. Yeah.
yeah, she's praising what Israel is doing in Palestine,
Mm-hmm.
and I can get behind that.
yeah,
And
definitely.
I
Yeah.
think she's changed her tune a little lately. Anyways, it's not the subject.
Yeah.
Uh,
But Patty
I
Jenkins
found
got the
her
character exactly right. It was the
in the
story was
movie.
kind of meh and
I
not
found
great.
her fine. I found the other Amazons very fine. Let's say I loved all the women in that movie, but all the men were bleh, meh.
I
Yeah.
really like the secretary. She was so
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
And the scene where she gets out of the
Out of the
trench is
trench. Yes, that is exactly the
that
one.
scene is everything.
Well,
that was my
that and
Makes the movie.
the
It
other
should have
scene,
ended there.
the bit where the Scottish sniper
No,
was talking about leaving the group, and she turns to him and says, "But who will sing for us?" I think that is perfectly Wonder
Yeah.
Woman. But
yeah.
everything else
I
about the
like the
movie
fact
Yes.
is
that
mediocre.
in the group the men are pretty fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
The Scottish sniper has PTSD before we know what it is. Well,
Mm-hmm.
historically, you know. Um,
Shell shock.
the French guy is I love that actor, by the way. That
hmm
Um,
French actor is amazing. And I don't know. I like those characters, but they're not really
it just seems
prevalent,
weird to
you
have. It's like
know.
we are going to have a multicultural. I mean, it's. I don't know. It seemed like it was trying too hard in some places, not hard enough in others.
Yeah, I like the fight.
Mm-hmm.
The fighting scenes are amazing, but
Yeah,
the
the
rest
action
I was
scenes.
pretty. Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't love it.
And the thing about Wonder Woman is her villains are the Greek gods, right? She
Yeah,
gets
Yes,
to
exactly.
interact with that whole pantheon, and they killed
the
them all off in the
actor
backstory.
that plays Ares is amazing. I love that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Ares?
The actor was good. Yeah.
Ares.
He's
Oh.
the one.
I was like, oh, wait. Ares, the one who likes love or the chaos? Oh, Ares. Okay.
Eros.
There's
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
many with such similar names.
in
If you
French
translate them,
in
it becomes a
French
little
we call
different.
him Ares.
Ares, yes.
So I didn't know how to pronounce that for a bit.
Ares, yes. I immediately went to Eris, the
Yeah,
chaos thing.
Eros.
No, not
No.
Eros, but Eris. There's so many with such similar names. Fuck you, Greece.
Oh, Eris. Okay. Yeah, there's so many. Anyways, that actor is amazing. He was the one who
Mm-hmm.
played Lupin in Harry Potter.
Yes, he did. Pretty
I
much the
love
same
him.
character too.
Yeah, until he becomes a big
Villain.
villain
Yeah.
ass fucker. But I love that actor, so
Mm, yeah, exactly. And yet, then, like, it was that part of the movie where the movie was kind of like, okay, a big CGI fight because with like, oh, here's the surprise villain of the movie. Then, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have
that
to
would.
say I didn't see it coming, so it was good.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. But
Watching it back, you can see what's going on. You can see him angling to keep the war going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even though his words say let's end this, his actions were
Stupid. And
subverting that. Well, we're subverting that.
Yeah, maybe when you rewatch it, but at first watch, I like when there's a twist. I like not seeing it coming from 10 miles, and I
Oh, by the way,
usually see
spoiler
them
alerts, everyone who's,
Oh, come on. The movie was out how many years ago?
2 years
2.
ago.
Yeah.
I
I think the
know
strengths of the film were Patty Jenkins.
rules.
The weakness of the film was Zack Snyder.
What did he do in the film?
He wrote the
put
story.
his name on it.
He wrote the story. Then someone
Oh, he
named
wrote
Alan
the story,
Heinberg did the
okay.
screenplay based on that story. And then Patty Jenkins had to fight with Zack Snyder in the studio in order to get everything in there that was Wonder Woman instead of Zack Snyder's bullshit.
I don't know why they insist on keeping Zack Snyder. I mean,
He's a big name, and frat boys love him.
Yes, but MCU movie. No, not MCU. DCU movies don't work. They don't make as much money as they should, and that's because of Zack Snyder. The studios should know that by now, no?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they make the money they need to make. They're just not making the universe they want to make. I have no idea what they're thinking, what they're trying to do.
They Warner Brothers are going about the DCEU backwards from like the MCU. They're trying to like copy the MCU in some ways, but still being unique from it. But the ways they're trying to be unique from the MCU is like totally the opposite way. And it's because like also it's like they wanted to make the DCEU be like director focused with like Zack Snyder basically overseeing the DCEU, while it's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is producer focused, whereas like the producers who are overrunning like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That does mean that the directors for the individual films don't have final cut on the films themselves, but it does mean that like there is someone overseeing all of those like many different
There's
projects.
cohesion to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right, exactly.
Whereas the DC Extended Universe, the cohesion is Zack Snyder, and he's a worthless, douchey asshole.
With a fascism boner.
Yes.
That's what I was writing in the
He
chat.
turned
No.
Superman from the Boy Scout who loves what he does and most everyone loves him into a guy who resents having to help people.
Well, I
With a god
didn't mind that Superman movie that much because I don't give a shit about Superman myself.
See, Man of Steel by itself can actually be a pretty good movie. Superman trying to figure out who he is and where he is.
The actor who plays Zorg is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, that was the best part of Man of Steel. Was like
the villain usually is the best part of any movie.
Oh
really.
yeah, he's so fucking amazing. I love him.
I haven't seen any of the Superman movies since Chris Reeves, but
I'm really not into Superman. It's that guy who runs around with his panties over his trousers.
Hey, we're gonna fight again.
Superman give the costume some definition. That's all. And also,
I like the costume in Man of Steel. I have to say,
the costume looks pretty good.
He doesn't have his panties over his trousers, but. No, what I don't care.
He's still wearing tights, and I can appreciate that as a man who wears tights.
I don't care one way or another about Superman. I'll watch a Superman movie. I don't care if it's canon or not. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan, so I'll watch it.
Well, I am a fan, and I think that's probably why I'm not interested in a lot of the more recent Superman stuff. Because
I know. I saw
John
Steve
said
talk
it's not.
About it,
It's wrong. It's his character is a Boy Scout, and he works because he's good. And when he gets broody and thoughtful and resentful, that to me is.
Yeah, they turned Superman into Batman, basically.
Yeah, and they turned Batman into who knows what, into just a mass murderer. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, Batman has always been pretty fashy, to be honest.
Oh yeah, he's been fashy, but he didn't kill. He was a fashy with a limit.
He was a nice fash.
He was a nice fash. A nice fash. What is a nice fash? It's like, I am a nice fash. I am not gonna kill you, but I want
beat
you
up
to move
poor
over
people
there.
and the mentally ill, but I will not kill them.
Yes, yes. I'll beat the hell out of people. I will hurt people. I will cripple people, depending on the author, but I won't kill anyone.
Now, yes, okay, we are aware in some of the oldest of the Meppen comic books, it has happened before, but that's the exception that proves the rule, honestly.
Yeah.
I've always been more into the Marvel stuff than the DC stuff, to be honest.
Marvel has always been much better about exploring social issues and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that's why I was more drawn to it.
Growing up, when I was growing up, still not leaving, David. Sorry, I keep teasing being
you
old.
You didn't say you're old now.
Now I did, but anyway, growing up, I was a Superman kind of guy, not really much into Batman, and I was into DC primarily because of the comic books Sergeant Rock of Easy Company, and because there's a World War II. Well, I don't know if aficionado is quite right, but
nerd.
Nerd,
You
yeah,
were
okay.
World War II nerd.
Well, everybody was growing up in the 50s. You had to be, because that was
that propaganda.
Well, that was a current event.
No,
it was. It was. I was born in '48, so I'm a boomer. Cue
boo,
the. Boo! Thank you. That's what I was going for. But yeah, that was, to me, DC told stories that I was familiar with and I was interested in, and Marvel was at that point more goofy and more flashy.
X-Men are really a good thing, a good not metaphor, but allegory of Nazism.
Thanks, John. I
mentioned it enough times. Eventually, I guess got to throw it on there.
Well, that's why I do it. When did X-Men start? I don't remember that.
That was in the '60s. It was one of the first ones that Marvel threw out there.
Yeah, well, I started reading comic books and really getting into stuff in the late '50s. So a lot of that would have been new to me, and I was already entrenched in other properties.
You're old.
I think he's aware of that.
I think I am aware of it. I think it's unkind of you to mention it.
Yeah, the first X-Men was in 1963. So when Don Draper was quitting drinking.
I'm an ex-gener, so
I would have been.
My
15.
generation is pretty fucked too, so.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been 15, and I've been reading comic books since I was about 10. So I was pretty set in my ways.
You were an old man then too.
We were all old. We, remember the 50s is so long ago. We wouldn't live past 35 or 40. Most of us.
True. I mean, you were hunting dinosaurs at the age of 6. So I mean, you.
Oh God. That's a creationist thing, no? Dinosaurs and people riding them, and that's completely stupid. But at the same time, that's pretty awesome. I want to ride dinosaurs.
Oh yes, I mean, as you described it, that it's like, okay, can I live in that world for a little bit? I want to be able to ride like a Triceratops or something.
Yeah. David just pointed out that you're a year older than his dad. You're actually 2 or 3 years younger than my dad. So you have no excuse, Tom. My dad went back to school recently because he wanted to study physics more.
Yeah, but do your dads hang out with people who are in their mid-30s?
My dad went back to college, so he hangs out with people in their early
I mean,
20s.
I'm 40 and I feel old too around you, well, you're...
Well, I hang out with people in their early 20s too. I'm a teacher. So, yeah, I'm young at heart.
Well, I don't have a choice because I don't know of many people my age who are
Cool.
interested in the kind of stuff I do on, the online stuff. So I don't think a lot of people my age would be going out and buying, blue
I need
snowball
to
microphones.
introduce you.
Well, they
I need
are.
to
They're just
introduce
on.
you to my friend Randy.
It's just that they're, on the survivalist websites and Fox News, and they like watching PragerU videos. Boomers are shit, for the most part.
That makes me feel. Actually, that makes me feel pretty good because I'm not like that, and I get to be a positive role model from my generation.
Yes. Yeah, set a good
My friend
example, Tom.
Randy is 68, I think, something like that, and he's a full-blood Mohawk anarchist, and he's
Nice.
so cool. I need to
Okay,
introduce
that needs to be a movie.
Tom.
Full-blooded Mohawk anarchist, 68 years old. I don't care what he's doing. That's a movie.
He's very cool. I know him because he's disabled, and we bonded on anarchist memes.
He's a cyborg too. Excellent.
Yeah, he's cool. I love him.
What
Anyways,
were we
there
talking
are
about
people
before?
your age that are
Superheroes, who cares?
Tom.
So
You're pretty
Mehmet wanted us to talk about Captain
unusual,
Marvel and
but
Brie Larson.
you
Yes, they're awesome, Mehmet, but Julie still hasn't seen the movie. You'll have to wait a week
or two. I
or
don't know
two. I don't
when
know when the movie comes out. Yeah.
when the movie will be available to pirate because that's what I do. Because I'm
Vape,
broke.
vape. Okay. Any other news come out this week?
Um, no, I don't know. Because we mentioned like
We mentioned
Kelby
the
Bebop.
serfs
That was
and the YouTube Union. There was other stuff, but who cares? I mean, Donald
We
Trump's not
could
going to
have
get impeached.
we could have talked about unions and YouTube. That would have been interesting, but we
I mean,
went all anime and nerd, and that's okay.
we can talk about unions and like anime. Like no, we can talk about unions and YouTube like another time. That's
well, the
one of
fact
those.
is,
We can put
Okay, put it on the list.
yeah, I just don't know that unions could work with YouTube. I mean, they have all the power. We have nothing. We would have to get
Yeah,
like
I don't
every
either.
content creator, which is really everyone in the world, and it's still I don't think would
You'd
be
have to
enough.
get fucking PewDiePie on board, and no one wants that.
He would not be on board. One, he doesn't need to. Two, he's a fashy douche canoe.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, he's just doing it ironically. He's doing it for the lulz. He's edgy. No, he's not actually a Nazi.
Yeah.
No.
If I have the misfortune of crossing his path one day, I'll spit in his face ironically.
He's from Northern Europe, right?
Sweden.
Yeah, but he lives in England.
Oh, well, that's
Pretty-
still your. Kevin Logan could go beat him up. He should do that.
Yeah.
Don't punch PewDiePie, Kevin. You're too awesome to go to jail.
Don't take legal advice from a podcast.
For anyone who doesn't know, that is a shout out to the excellent law podcast, Opening Arguments with Thomas Smith and Andrew Torres.
Yeah. I don't like Thomas Smith's usual podcast because it's too centrist, but the Law podcast is fucking amazing.
hmm I mean, they're both pretty damn centrist, but Andrew is an expert, and he really does know what he's talking about, and they both really do hate Trump.
Yeah, no, but what I mean is they talk about law stuff and stuff like that, so I don't really care about their politics in that context, if that makes sense.
It's Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Jamie's here.
Yay!
Hello.
Yeah, now that we're winding down, hello.
Yeah.
Does that mean Chrissy? Does that mean
You on a
Christy's
date
podcast
again?
is over?
I think Christy's podcast is over. Yeah.
Maybe we should reschedule so we can get more
Yeah.
people coming off her podcast. Except that would be difficult because, Julie does have to
No,
sleep
she
sometime, and Tom has to sleep all
and
the time.
she doesn't usually stream at that time.
Ah.
Yeah, exactly. This was a bit unusual because they're like, oh, she did schedule it and it was up on her channel like earlier this week, but like I don't know, it's just like I forgot to mention it in our chat.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I don't think our audience is the same as Christy's audience.
I don't know. We're all in Christie's audience.
Yeah, but we are extremists.
Mm-hmm.
We are anarchists.
Well, not Tom.
Anarcho-Tomunists.
Tom is normal, but
Oh, well, Tom is anarcho-curious, so he's anarchist adjacent.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be fair, I think. That's why I'm curious about, when we talk about these sorts of things, to get more, I guess, education about what exactly this stuff is. I have some ideas, but more, and my question about self defense and in anarchist communities is the kind of thing I'm curious about.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. All of my concerns about anarchism are all purely practical. I am theoretically 100% anarchist.
Same.
Yeah, same here.
And I have not a lot of practical concerns either.
I'm just worried about defending the community from fascism, both inside and outside, because it's always going to be there, always going to be a threat.
Yeah, those are my biggest concerns about that. I'm not concerned about like how do we build the roads, how do we build the infrastructure.
We'll do that
'Cause,
easily enough, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't get that it's the first question. I mean, who will build the roads? Well,
We
I
will.
don't know. The people who use them.
I mean,
If you need a road, you're going to learn to build it good.
that's always the biggest problem that like liberals have with like anarchism because it sounds like such a far outside of their box kind of like way of thinking that they think that like if we're suddenly in an anarchist society everything that they're used to disappears, like the roads and the internet and the infrastructure, so they'll think that like there won't be there, or the people that used to build the roads or used to build the infrastructure won't be there to maintain the roads or build the roads.
That's weird.
Yeah, they just this anarchism is such a far different ideology completely that they think it's a whole different world. So everything is built from the ground up, or nothing is there to be there, instead of like it actually being built on top of what already exists today.
Yeah, I need to get ready, David. Get ready, David.
Oh, you're
I'm
wrong.
almost ready to say it. No, but I need to look into, and I'd like us to talk about at some point, not now, because
We've been going for an
what
hour
I'm
and a
going to
half.
say what I'm going to say next, right? But I'm interested in things like Mondragon and Rojava, and how how that works, and what you think about those situations, and whether that's the direction that you're talking about.
Yep. Solidarity with the YPG.
American Johnson did at least one video on Rojava. I don't know too much about them. They are, as I understand,
We are not
anarchist.
American Johnson. We'll
Yes.
talk about it next week.
Yes.
What is no, how do you pronounce it? Is it Rojava or Rojava?
Java.
Yeah, I think they're
Okay.
Middle Eastern, so probably Rojava.
Okay, that I was wondering because
I don't know.
I'm
Mehmet
giving
can
it
maybe give us
a
some help here, as he is Turkish, so he should know.
Yeah,
okay.
tell us, Mehmet.
I don't know if he's still here because
He might not be. I haven't seen him
he's
talk in a while,
half,
but
half walking and
the Wikipedia page does not have a pronunciation guide.
That's weird.
well, we'll see. Anyway,
Well, look it up in the meantime. If I remember, I will. And in the meantime, Jesus, guys, I'm so fucking old.
Oh, Mehmet's about to tell us.
oh, Mehmet is here. So
He-
Rojava or Rojava?
It's Rojava, not
Yeah.
Rojava. Yep.
Rojava.
Thank you, Mehmet.
I don't even know what language they speak in Syria.
Syrian.
Is it
Kurdish,
Kurdish?
Arabic, Syriac,
Kurdish?
Aramaic, and Turkish.
So I'm
By the
thinking,
way,
I'm
Mehmet,
thinking
is
Kurdish.
the H in your name pronounced or do I
Interesting question.
pronounce
Is it Mehmet or
correctly?
Mehmet?
Yeah, because I know I don't think it's Mehmet because it's Turkish, not Arabic. But
Yeah. I have no idea either. We should
I
quiz him
don't
about everything about himself.
I don't
Or
know
herself. Or themselves.
Turkish language very well.
Well, that's something that you may do after I stop being old on the internet.
Yeah, go fuck off, Tom.
I'm gonna fuck off.
Yeah.
And fuck you to all of you. And in the chat, please, please, I assume that you're Kevin Logan. I assume I'm Kevin Loganing you in the chat
So he's stealing all your goats.
in a
and,
lovely way. In a
in a
lovely
lovely
way.
Yes.
Talk to you guys later.
See you
Bye-bye.
around, Tom. It's good
Bye,
chatting with you.
Tom. See you next week.
And everyone remember, you can find
Bye,
Tom
Tom.
on
Fuck off.
the Facebooks and the Twitters. He books the face and he tweets, and he's good people.
Yes, he is.
And he doesn't know how to fuck off. Discord.
He has to remember to go down into the toolbar and
No, but
and
I think he's not here anymore.
he might still be hearing us. Who knows? All right.
Fuck
Oh,
off, Tom.
I didn't see you had put an old on his name again.
Oh, he finally signed off. All right. And since Tom has decided to leave us, let's not let's not treat him like he's not our friend. Let's also go ahead and sign off. So, Geek, why don't you go ahead and pitch your pitches?
Hello, I am Summer and the Geek. I am Summer and the Geek on YouTube and on Twitter, and I have other links, even in Tumblr. But you can go to my YouTube channels and find the links there, and then in my videos. But please give money to Micaiah B. Give and share around his GoFundMe campaign. He needs emergency funds for to stay on his feet, as well as our comrade Phoenix Rising 87. She needs some emergency fundings. She needs some funding to be able to stay in her own place as well. And then also as always, our friend and comrade Saphira Joe needs Joanna. She needs money in order to live, and she begs online in order to get enough of it. And you can donate via PayPal at severejoe@gmail.com. And yeah, that's me.
And Julie.
Wait, Jamie is asking you a question in the chat,
I missed
so
that.
answer her first.
I did not see that. Sorry, Jamie. I live in South Carolina, in the middle of Racism Central. Yeah. Well, on the east part of the Racism Central. It's not fun.
Just a little fun.
Okay, and
So, do I
Julie.
talk now? Okay.
Yes.
Hi. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Um, I am Lithuania on Twitter, and these days I'm posting a lot of misandry animals memes, and
I love those memes. Yes, I shared
everybody
them.
loves those memes. So go check them out. I'm very proud of those. It is my pride these days, which is not a lot to say. But anyways, when I bother to, I have a arts and craft page on Facebook. It's called the Crypt Crafter, and I am also part of the admin team on Anarchist Memes on Facebook. We are a bunch of well, anarchists, mostly gays and trans and autistic and cripples and crazies, and I love them all. So yeah, come check us out.
And
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
too, yeah, because I shared one of their memes onto like my Twitter, the one of like the person of color that said in balloons attach it. It was actually from Portland, Oregon. Actually, it wasn't about water fountains back then. It's not about bathrooms now.
Yeah,
Absolutely true.
I like this one.
And as for me, I basically do the minimum necessary editing on this podcast and YouTube channel in order to publish it on iTunes as Social Justice Alchemy and here on YouTube as Social Justice Alchemy. It's also got a blog where you can find links and stuff. That's at surgoshan.blogspot.com. surgoshan.blogspot.com. And I also am on Facebook and Twitter. Find me on Twitter at surgoshan. Twitter, Surgoshan. I call myself various kinds of alchemist. Meanwhile, I also do a Twitch thing. I've been, just playing video games pretty much every night. I just finished KOTOR 2, Knights of the Old Republic. Now I am on to...
Oh, you have finished it yet?
Yes. I had some problems at the very end there. It dropped me into the final cutscene, and I couldn't actually get into the last part of the game. When I say drop me into the final cutscene, I mean it dropped my character into the cutscene itself, and I couldn't get to where I needed to be. So I had to basically work around, find the way to activate all the cheats and teleport my character to where it needed to be. Took me a little while.
How
It was
did you
annoying.
bang?
What's that? I didn't bang anybody.
Oh, you suck. How do you play oh no, it's not a BioWare game. I was going to
Yeah,
say.
It's
it was
Obsidian.
an Obsidian.
How do you play a BioWare game without banging anyone? But
Well, I mean, if you don't talk to them in the right ways, it can be easy to miss. Like when I played Jade Empire, I wasn't even aware that romance was an option the first
fucking
time I
love
played
that
through
game.
that. It was a
love
good
that
game. And you could actually be gay in that game with
Yes,
male
you
or
can.
female characters. When I found that out, I of course went back through and
That's
played
the
it a few more
first
times.
BioWare game when you can be gay.
So when I
And
found that out, I went through and I made my characters gay. Played it like 2 or 3 more times just for that reason alone.
And also, my older brother managed to finish the game off in actually a polyamorous relationship of some kind with 2 of the girls.
I was
He
not
managed
aware
to
of that.
you have to not commit to either one of them, but still kind of bring them along. And finally, it's like, we understand and we both agree.
Huh. So you can romance both Sylph Fox and Dawn Star at the same time. That is neat.
Dawn Star is boring though.
Yeah.
And I always play a girl, so
Mm-hmm.
I get to bang the dudes.
Or unless you make your female character gay, in which case you can bang Silk Fox.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do I do? Oh, I'm now playing Neverwinter Nights 2. Is what I was going to finish. I'm also in a whatchamacallit, another podcast, a D&D podcast, Dungeons and Debacles, hosted by my friend Kevin. It's a heck of a lot of fun. We're playing an evil party. We're trying to destroy the world, and we might actually succeed. Who knows? It's very, very
And you
different
played
from this.
Tybalt. You played Tybalt, the half-elf.
No, that was Tivit. That was early on, and there was a plot twist that people might not see coming. Several episodes in, quite a ways in. So I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, that is the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. You can find that on iTunes or at dungeonsanddebacles.com. A lot of fun, very different. All right, and I believe that's it for me. I've pitched all my pitches. So I guess we'll see y'all next week.
Goodbye, comrades and potential comrades.
Yes. Neverwinter Nights 2 is very different, Jamie. Very different from Neverwinter Nights 1. All right, let's go ahead and end this podcast, why don't we?
Yes, we are nerds. Where did you think you were, David?
The guy who has like a Star Wars avatar is calling us nerds?